Plaintiff Margaret Haas was a young teenage mom who was abused, on welfare, and homeless. And she turned everything around by going to college and becoming a nurse. Margaret says the defendant is her son's friend, and she's here today to teach her a lesson. Margaret claims the defendant wrecked her son's car and now refuses to pay for the damages, so she's suing. Defendant Ashley Trenholm says she's known the plaintiff's son for 4 years, and he's like a brother. Ashley insists she has a good head on her shoulders, and she recently enlisted in the Army. But she does not believe she's responsible for the accident and therefore refuses to pay for the damages.
All right, tell me what happened.
Judge Mathis, if you don't mind, I'd like to give you a little bit of background information about myself. I was a very young teenage mother. I was on welfare, I was abused, I was homeless. You name it, I've been there. I overcame all that by going to college and becoming a nurse, and I worked very hard to take care of my 3 children. My oldest daughter is in the Air Force.
Take care of them alone?
Alone.
And when you were going to college, were you also working?
I was also working.
So you were working, taking care of 3 children, and going to college?
Yes.
All by yourself?
All by myself.
See, men who have excuses who are watching today, like I often say, these women raise these children by themselves while they're going to school and working full time. So we need to stop the excuses about, I can't buy no dog. I had to work, that's why I don't have time to take care of the kids. I had to work full time, that's why I can't further my skilled trade or my education, because I have to work. Once again, millions of women work full time, raise children alone, and go to school at night. And so you're a great example to what others need to be able to do.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations. And the reason you're such a good example is because you overcame so many obstacles. And I'm talking to the men in particular who have so many obstacles. So you have an example of how to overcome those obstacles.
I realize how important it is that my kids had a strong role model in their life. That's part of why we came on the show today.
Well, I hope so many men watching realize that same thing, that it's important that their children, particularly their young boys, have strong role models so they don't end up with a twisted sense of manhood on the street instead of sacrificing their time and their hard work. We'll get to the car repairs shortly, but you want to give me some background on your relationship?
Okay, the reason why I'm here today is because I wanted to show Ashley and Cameron that no matter what circumstances you put yourself into, that you need to take responsibility for your own actions. And on December 29, 2009, Ashley was driving Cameron's car, and she needs to pay for the damages that she caused.
You all always had a good relationship?
I really don't know Miss Trenholm very well. She is the best friend of my son Cameron here.
All right. Young lady?
All right, well, like she said, I've known Cameron now for about 4 years. I consider him to be like my brother. We're almost like family, honestly, and I kind of feel like this is like digging a wedge in between our relationship. I understand times are tough and she's a single mom. I also was raised in a single parent home, except I live with my father. I understand like she wants me to pay for the damages. I go to school, I'm enlisted in the Army. I just recently enlisted about a week ago. So, I mean, I have a good head on my shoulders. It's not like I'm trying to dodge the bullet or something. I just really don't feel like I need to pay for anything. I don't feel like I'm liable.
Why not?
He had asked me to drive his car that day, and just that alone, I don't feel like I'm responsible, and also I don't feel...
What happened when you were driving?
We were going south out of a parking lot.
We as in...
Cameron and I.
He was in the car?
Yes.
While you were driving?
Yes.
Why did you drive? This was his mother's car, right?
It's in my name, but it was his car to drive.
Oh, well, why did he ask you to drive?
He was tired.
Okay.
We had been driving all day.
All right, then what happened?
There was a car heading eastbound out of the parking lot, and they had sideswiped the car. That's like the main reason I feel like I shouldn't have to pay, is because it was not even my fault, the accident.
That's what I needed to hear. The young man, you've been raising your hand. Come on, stand up. State your name.
I'm Cameron Townsend.
What do you want to tell me?
I want to tell you that I didn't ask her to drive my car. She asked me to drive my car, and I foolishly accept it.
Okay, what happened?
She was pulling out of the parking lot. We didn't even get out of the parking lot, and some guy got into an accident with her. It was deemed her fault by the insurance agency. So,
is that true?
It's true, but when I had spoken to his insurance representative on the phone, she didn't seem to have a clear understanding where I was in the parking lot. There's many entrances and exits, and she couldn't seem to understand where we were exactly
Did anyone
located.
come to the scene?
A police officer did, and because it's private property in the parking lot, I wasn't issued any tickets.
They write a report, though.
Right.
Did they write a report?
Yes.
Did they take the testimony of each party?
Yes.
And did you submit that to the insurance company so that the insurance company could see that?
Yes, I did.
And they saw that, and they still, I believe they understood the police report. Unless you don't think she could read?
No, I think she can read.
Oh, okay. Well, then, regardless of what you all discussed on the phone, she has a police report right in her hand. She can read it.
Right.
Did you make a statement?
Did I? Oh, no, I didn't make a statement. I thought you were speaking to her. I'm sorry, I thought you were speaking to her.
You left holding the bag. Did he agree to share any of it? Did he say, just give me a little bit on it? He wanted all his money out of you.
No, sir, I didn't say anything like that. Before I even got to talk about that, she told my mom that she would take care of it.
Okay.
So.
And ma'am, you have the estimates?
I do. I have pictures, and I have the estimate, and I have the police report as well, if you would like that.
And unfortunately, ma'am, if the insurance claim was denied because the fault was assigned to you and we have a police report, the insurance company read the police report, and you obviously could not successfully win an appeal against the insurance company, I'm going to have to hold you liable as well. Did you tell her you would take care of things?
No, I never said
What
that.
did you say?
I just apologized for the whole incident. No one deserves that to happen.
You didn't tell them what happened?
Well, I tried to explain it. I mean, it was kind of, like, she could tell she was upset. It was the heat of the moment. And I just didn't want any altercations to happen.
All right, when she calmed down, did you tell her what happened then?
No.
Why?
I don't know. I just really didn't want to start a giant conflict over it.
Oh, well, if you harm somebody's property and you don't pay them, you're going to start a conflict. And thank goodness that a conflict occurs in court in this case. $1,918. The defendant just doesn't believe she's at fault, and the insurance company has determined it, obviously based on reports they received. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Definitely, everything's going to stay the same. I still consider him like my brother.
Yeah, definitely. That's my sister. Glad everything worked out here today. So.
I'm glad that we came to a resolution. I think Ashley's a nice girl, and I'm glad that Ashley and Cameron can continue their friendship.